this is going to be an exceptionally tough year for the finance minister. Not only is the economy in deep trouble, and the finance minister has to spend a lot of money, she will have to convince rating agencies and the bond markets that the dramatic increase in expenditure that she does this year is actually going to lead to a situation where over the next 3 to 4 years, both the debt and the deficit levels will come down to more manageable levels. More important, while there is going to be a big rebound in FY22, thanks to the contraction in FY21, this is not going to sustain. Keep in mind one very simple, one big number, that two big drivers of growth, India's exports and investment levels, are down by about 12% of GDP over the last 7-8 years. So for this, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman cannot depend on just increased government spending. She's going to require a lot more. There will be a lot of temptation, as in the past, to levy a fresh cess, a COVID tax people are talking about. Some are even talking about a new kind of wealth tax in the share market, especially for high net worth individuals. This would be a bad idea for several reasons. One, the need right now is to increase expenditure, and any increase in tax is just going to negate that. Secondly, the rich people have always managed to avoid paying taxes through all manner of shelters. I mean, keep in mind that even demonetization could not actually get the rich to fork out that much more money. Thirdly, it will give the impression that tax rates are once again going to rise, and this is going to be a confiscatory tax regime, so that's a bad idea. So I think there are 5 essential things that you should watch for later in the day to see whether this budget is really what India needs. Firstly, there should be a dramatic increase in expenditure levels. I would say anywhere between 15 to 16, perhaps even 17% growth in expenditure over that in FY21. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is there should be a massive hike in privatisation. But keep in mind that even FY21 had a 2 lakh plus crore target for privatisation. We'll probably get about 25 to 30,000 crores out of that. So we need not just a dramatic hike in privatisation, we need a credible plan to achieve those targets. I think the third important point is that there must be no new cess or new kind of tax. So the entire spending has to be met through an increased fiscal deficit, printing of money, whatever. It cannot be done through an increased tax. There has to be a big infrastructure push. The national infrastructure pipeline is something the finance minister has been talking about. And that brings us to the last point about what we expect in the budget. We need a very, very big 1991 style reforms push. Without that reforms push, even the national infrastructure plan is actually going nowhere. So all the best. Thank you and happy budget watching.